Hey, 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 you're listening to Friday's Flavor with New York's finest business bee, Jolene D. Every Friday, we're digging deep with business owners, non for profits, and entrepreneurs alike, bringing you the hottest tips and topics on the business world. You know what they say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. So tune in and get ready to grow, my busy bees. Hi, welcome to Friday's Flavor with your host, Jolene. And we've got Karen Paul from Elida Creative with us. Did I say that right, Karen?
You did.
Very
Yes.
cool. We're going to hop right into it. We're talking with her today, and she is a marketing specialist, a digital marketing specialist, exactly, to be exact. And let me tell you, she is good at what she does. If you go on her Facebook page, Elida Creative, you can see a lot of her other work. And you also have a website, am I correct?
Yes. Yep. ElidaCreative.com.
Check out our website. If you're looking for a new digital marketer, this is your gal. You're based out of where, Karen?
I'm up in Malta area.
Malta. I love it. That's a beautiful exit 12 up that way. I love that area. That's the best Panera in the area. So what made you start in what you're doing? I know you started this journey a couple of years ago, and what gave you the concept, the idea for this business for Elida Creative?
Well, it's interesting because I've been working as a graphic designer ever since I started back in the day when I graduated from college. And I started with a pre-press company, and they don't even exist anymore.
A
But
what
uh,
company?
a pre-press company, they did film for printers and put together mechanicals for magazines and advertisements, and that job literally doesn't exist anymore. So that's how
I
old I am.
Oh my gosh,
But
I didn't know what that
anyway,
was. I'm gonna have to look into it.
yeah. But anyway, and then in the early 90s, I started working for a local firm, Oberlander, which started as Oberlander Scheib. It was a partnership between John Oberlander and John Scheib. And then Scheib left, and John's wife Mel joined the partnership, and I was with them for 27 years. It was a great collaboration and a great company to work for. But I was getting itchy. I just wanted to do something different, and in 2018 decided to go off on my own, and still do some freelance work with them, but it gave me the opportunity to work with different kinds of clients, small businesses and entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and and do different things. I'm able to do a little more logo design and things that I love to do, but I didn't really have the opportunity to do where I was before. So just a change of pace, but still in the realm of what I know, what I know by heart, what I've been doing, and that the field is ever changing with technology, and it's just exciting to be able to keep up with it and learn new things and grow in different ways. So it's been exciting the last couple of years. I'm very happy with my move.
I love that. You've
And
got a
I'm
lot of
meeting lots of great
tenacity.
people like you, so
Oh, you're
it's
the best.
awesome.
Listen to you. Yeah, it sounds like you had like that creative itch. Like I want to do more of
I did,
my fun
yeah,
creative stuff for
yeah,
myself, for my
yeah,
clients, and do a little bit
yeah,
more and expand. And I love that you mentioned that it is ever changing, especially marketing. Anytime the technology updates, things change
yeah,
immensely. And
yeah,
you've got to be a very tenacious person to want to be in an industry that's like that
right,
changes so consistently. So
yeah,
anybody out there who's thinking about getting into marketing, I hope you like change and are
yeah.
willing to ride the tides, man, because
Mhm,
that's exactly what I see in a lot of creative jobs. As soon as
mhm.
technology changes, you've got to be right up on
You
top
gotta
of
be
it.
willing to embrace it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so what kind of services do you offer for through Elida Creative? Like I heard you say making logos. Tell me a
Yeah.
little bit more about what you do.
So logo design, I the full identity package, which is, figuring out your messaging, tapping into your why is sort of my love is helping businesses tap into their core mission and find visual ways and to communicate that
Yeah.
to people. So that includes other things such as digital marketing, digital advertising, design, website design. I'm not a developer, but I do website design and landing pages, email design, anything digital, advertisements for social media or Google Ads. Also, anything printed, from promotional pieces to business cards, stationery, brochures, posters. I've done everything from outdoor signage to building signage, pretty much all printed media. So I have a wide range of capabilities. I do partner with other creatives for specific things like videography, which I don't do, photography, illustration, those kinds of things. So I
You
have some
collaborate with other
great creative
local people?
collaborations. Yeah, with
That's
other
great.
creatives. Yeah.
I love that you're able to, like, you do a wide range of stuff, but you're not afraid to collaborate with other, entrepreneurs to get the job done for the
Yeah,
client.
exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people when they start businesses like that, and usually they're unsuccessful when they try to do it all on their own, and they don't go to the experts in those areas for certain
Right.
things. I see a lot of value in collaborating with other
Definitely.
local people who are kind of, doing something similar,
Mhm.
or working in an industry that really kind of ties into what you do, and
Right.
relying on their expertise versus trying to become an expert in literally everything across the board, which
Exactly.
is a big
Yeah.
mistake. I've made that mistake in business, thinking I can do it all. I don't need help.
Right.
I can take
Well,
care
and
of
when
the
you first
marketing. I can
start,
take care
you
of
feel
this.
like you kind of have to try to do it all, but I've
Yeah,
learned quickly that you really don't. It's important to realize what you're best at and find people around you who can help with the rest.
I agree.
I think that works great because I have friends who are great at the strategy portion of it, and actually placing the online advertising, and then other
Mm.
friends are great at putting the whole marketing plan together. And so it's definitely better to collaborate. I think
Oh yeah.
everybody, the whole job is just better that way.
So here's the big question for you, Karen, because you're the expert in this right now. You have expertise in marketing, which is tied very closely into selling. And we have a lot of salespeople right now who are asking this question: to sell or not to sell?
Yeah,
Do
great
we
question. There's
sell
no
right
one
now?
size fits all answer there. I think each business has to take the temperature of their climate, their particular business climate, and um, and they have to be in tune with what their potential customers or current customers need from them
Okay.
and want from them. I kind of feel like if you're not in an essential business, selling is a little tricky right now.
Oh, I'm feeling
You
it.
know,
I'm
I
telling you
feel
that,
like finding ways to be helpful, or finding ways to offer your product in a different way is okay. But outright selling is a little tricky right now, and doing like cold calling and things like that, I think is a bit tricky for most businesses right now.
oh, I know, cold calling, I'm waiting for that to die. It's sad.
Yeah, I
It's
don't think it's
sad.
the most effective generally
It's
anyway right
it's
now.
not, and I've been in industries that are, that they heavily rely on cold
Yeah,
calling, and you
every
tend to
industry
see
is
kind
different.
of like I don't want to say sleazy or sneaky tactics on the call to create interest or whatever, but
Mm,
there's maybe 1% of your business will come from cold calling. I almost
right.
feel like it's not necessarily the best outlet for a
Yeah,
lot of industries. Now, there's certain industries where cold calling is like the basically the only thing that you
right,
can do to
right,
create industry. I see that a lot in the energy industry,
right.
especially the ones that partner in rebate programs with
Mhm.
energy companies. Cold calling is kind of the major outlet. They
A
can do
major
some,
way.
yeah, they can do some business development online and create traction that way. But
Mhm.
cold calling is tough, and I
Yeah,
wouldn't want to be a salesperson right now who's in an industry where
who
your
relies on that.
boss is telling you you got to make 50 calls a day, because that's got to
Yeah,
be depressing. I
yeah,
know I've made some calls, and they're just, the people are like working out of panic mode. People,
Yes.
I feel like people are running on panic mode, a lot of the business owners that you'll talk to.
Yeah.
So I agree. I almost feel like you have to offer them some sort of
It's too
solution.
overwhelming right now. Yeah.
Yeah, offer them some help, offer
Yeah.
them something, but don't offer them a sales pitch. It's not
Right.
the time right now. And that's tough for a lot of salespeople to hear, because they go, well, I'm a commission-based person. What do I
Right.
do? How do I
Mhm.
build relationships?
Exactly.
This
Yeah.
is the time to network,
Yeah.
to talk to the people that, I think everybody has their top 100 list, their ideal client
Mhm.
that they want to talk to, that business that they've been wanting to go after. This is the time to send them a postcard.
Right.
This is,
Exactly.
this is the time to create, interest through being a resource.
Exactly. Offer value, offer something that will help them solve their problems. And
Exactly, not
yeah,
a product push.
right.
It's tough to be a salesperson right now. We feel for you guys. We
Yes,
feel for you.
for sure.
So what should a business that was relying on face-to-face interaction be doing right now? Because yeah, I know I've heard it, a lot of people at my company, Direct Technologies, at other companies who have come to me saying, what should I be doing? We've been doing everything face-to-face for years, and it's
Right.
just not the same. So what are your suggestions to those people?
I honestly feel like this time is an opportunity to maybe take a holistic look at how your business operates and
Mhm.
how you reach people, and see if there are ways that you can branch out and not necessarily get rid of the face to face, because I think that's going to be still important.
Oh yeah.
But how are you going to change that when things come back so that it's safe, number one? And also, what can you do online or in other platforms to reach out to people in the meantime? Do you have a current client list that you can touch base with, people via email, or even a postcard, or some kind of direct outreach in the meantime, just to let
Yeah.
them know that you're still there? Tell them, your website is obviously important in communicating what is happening with your business. But I feel that it is an opportunity to make your business work better all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, every business is going to be different. Obviously, like a retail business is different than a restaurant, is different
Right.
than, you know, than like a business like mine, which works online just fine. I'm
Yeah.
kind of
This is
lucky that
business
way.
as usual for you.
Yeah. So I think that taking a more holistic look at, okay, what we don't really know what this new normal is going to look like yet, but what are some proactive things we can do in this downtime
I agree.
to be sure that when things do come back, we have these systems in place that can help us get people in the door or online.
This,
um,
this makes me think of a quick question. What about businesses that have maybe an outdated website, a website that's not, really working for them right now, or maybe it's a website they can't easily change and fix to reflect their new virtual platforms. What do you
yeah,
suggest for those businesses?
I think it's going to be critical for them to find a way to, number one, have control of their website, and number two, to be able to make it work on mobile, make it definitely responsive, and
You mean on
also,
like a cell phone when you say
yeah,
mobile?
on
Okay.
cell phone, tablets, all the different screen devices that we have, all the different sizes, and also just that it functions in a way that works on those platforms. So if you're on your phone, which is probably where 80% of the people are going to be, although
Yes.
now that people are working from home, they might be on their desktop or their laptop, but
It
most
depends
likely,
on the generation. I feel like the younger
yeah,
generation
on the
spends more
phone.
time on their phones, and
Yeah,
they're entrepreneurs. I
yeah,
don't I
they
don't care
just
what
work off
anybody
their phone.
says. Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. The younger
Yeah,
generations, Gen Z, millennials, they're doing a very good job at doing business
yes.
right from their cell phones.
Yeah, it's more native to them,
Yeah,
for
for sure.
sure.
It's
Yeah,
not, it most certainly isn't for
not an
myself,
afterthought.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
what should a business, are there like, should a business try something new right now? Is this a good time to implement new strategies, try to do something totally out of the water? Or is this like maybe not a good time to be that way, to be that risky?
I think it's a good time to take risk as long as you're sticking with your core mission and your core competency. It's not a bad time to do something drastic that helps you to stand out in the crowd. If you're
Yeah.
offering something that nobody else is, that's fantastic. But I don't think you should go off on a tangent and start some brand new business or service that you're not going to want to continue once things get back to a little more of a normal business climate.
Okay.
Don't spread yourself so thin,
So
keep,
implement things that are going to be sustainable later in your
yeah, and
business.
stick to your core mission.
Okay.
If you know your why, you'll know what things fall within that parameter and which things are just totally outside the box.
How does online business work for the majority of your clients and the businesses that are out there right now? How does that environment look for them? Because you're digital. Everything is about getting people where they're at, and everybody's
Yeah.
online. So, tell me a little bit about what online business looks like when it's working properly.
Well, I think what it looks like is that you have you've chosen your channels wisely. You're not spread too thin and trying to do all the media channels, the social channels. You know where your clients are and how to reach them. Whether it's through, email is still, I think, the best bang for your buck as far as getting clients to have a positive reaction and buy into your business. But obviously, you have to get those email addresses first. You have to have people sign up and agree
Yeah.
to receive those emails from you. So that's where your social sites, your landing pages come in to help attract people. And I think the way that you do that best is by communicating what you're offering that helps them solve a problem, and keep it simple, keep it direct, and
Yeah, I don't read long emails. If I think it
yeah,
looks too
so
long, I'm
you
like,
got to
nah.
keep it simple, keep it direct, and really hone in on that message.
Okay.
Um, and you don't have to be salesy about it, but you just need to make a connection with them. Yeah.
I love that you say connection, because that kind of ties into what I wanted to ask you, which is, should I be doing Facebook Lives? Should I be doing LinkedIn Lives? I see a few people doing it, and it's something I haven't seen that much of until recently. I see a lot more people
Right.
doing that. Is that a good outlet for most businesses?
I think it is a good outlet as long as you really have something to say. The fun ones are also great just because they make you laugh or smile.
Yeah.
But
Who doesn't want
generally,
to do that right now?
yeah, but if you're doing a business post or a business live post, I think that you want to be like any other of your communications, online or printed, you want to be sure you have a reason to do it, that your message is clear and concise, and that you have some kind of call to action to go with it that
A call to action. I
gets
see it.
people to the next
A
step.
lot of people forget to do that, and they put up really great content
Yeah,
that doesn't get them anywhere because they
right.
forgot to ask for a subscriber. They forgot to
Right,
ask for them to be a part of my email list. They
right.
forget to ask
It doesn't take a
for
lot to
something.
ask,
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt. Like nobody,
No,
I don't think this surprises anybody anymore to
right,
literally ask for them to engage with you
right.
is much more accepted than it used to be.
And
Much
I
more
think people
accepted.
are much more likely to do it if you ask.
Absolutely. If you don't
Yeah,
ask in anything, if
right,
and this is something that I think a lot of maybe even sales trainings that I've seen say, if you don't ask for the sale,
right,
you're not going to get it. If you don't
right,
ask for the engagement,
right.
they're
Yeah,
just going to watch the content if it's interesting and then just keep scrolling.
right,
But if
exactly.
if they liked what they saw and they see consistent material going out, like
Right,
you're weekly putting something out, there's clearly activity there,
right.
you're very likely to get engagement. But if you don't ask for the engagement, it's not going to
Yeah.
happen. I
Well,
don't think.
consistency is certainly another thing that's super important. A lot of businesses are pulling back right now But there's so many ways you can reach out without having to pay for advertising, just organic, you know, through your social networks, through LinkedIn. You know, there's so many ways you can reach out to people without having
Yeah.
to spend money per se.
Yeah. What about offerings like limited time offers, things like that? What are your thoughts on that outlet right now?
I think now is a great time if you have some kind of valuable service or product that you offer that is going to help people through this time or help them solve a specific problem. I think it's a great time to give people a little bit of a break. You know, you can still, I don't think you have to give, I don't think you should be giving your services away for free necessarily.
Who
You
can
can do
afford to
that
do
on a
that?
limited
Yeah.
basis, but offering a discount is certainly a great way to still get some business and help people at the same time. I think it's, as long as you have a clear value, I think it's a great time to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then, big question. How do people plan for this new norm? That we know
Yeah.
it's coming. We know it's going to be different. I don't think anybody knows exactly what it looks like. But how should we be planning for when things start to go back to some semblance of normalcy?
Yeah, that's a big question. I think again, you kind of have to know your customers and how you interact with them or how you did interact with them in the past, and then think, how is that going to need to change? Obviously, for restaurants, that's going to be a tricky. Any in-person services, that's going to be a tricky transition. They're going to have to really figure out how to probably not have as many clients at once, perhaps. You know, you're gonna have to limit the number of people who come in at one time or things like that. So starting to think about those things, those physical separation
Yeah.
issues might be important to really make a plan, you know, and also look out for resources. You know, there's, you know, if you can offer resources to people, educational or resources in helping them navigate this time, I think that'll be really great too. But knowing what your customers need and want is going to be key, and figuring out again how can you change your business model to serve people in a more holistic way, so that you're not just a physical location. Maybe you also have online offerings where maybe you didn't before. You know, how can you expand so that you're not relying on that face to face all the time, that maybe you have other streams of revenue that come from online sources as well. I
Yeah,
think that would be
diversifying.
yeah. Yeah. And again, be consistent in your communications so that people know what's happening with your business and where you're at. Because if you just go dark, number one, you're going to lose people, and number two, they're not going to know what's happening. They're not going to know if you're, if you're operating or not, what your capacity is.
Especially right now, you wonder if is this place open? Is that place open?
Right.
I've
Yeah.
had difficulty
Important.
finding anybody who's serving Chinese food. When I go online, I can't seem to find
Yes.
Chinese food like I used to be able to find like 4 or 5 different ones
Yeah.
on Melio, Grubhub, all those different,
Right.
ordering
Right.
platforms. And I'm not seeing them. And so I wonder if they're completely closed permanently. And so that's it sort of sets the tone for all business. I think
Right.
people wonder if anything's open at all, if it
Mhm.
is, if it's limited, how it's changed. And
Right.
so I agree. I think sort of telling people that you're still there, we're
Mhm.
doing things differently to accommodate you because we care about you, the customer,
Right.
and
Exactly.
letting them know that you're alive and well, you're
Mhm.
doing business still. I think this is a really good time to find a new marketer if you've never used a marketing partner
Right.
before. Go and speak to somebody like my friend Karen Paul. This is a good time to create those relationships with people who will advise you on how to go through these changes. Make that small investment in the future of your business, because doing things differently I think that's going to be the new norm for a minute. I think
I do
just
too.
learning to do things differently
Yeah.
will be what things look like it. And then the businesses who don't innovate right now, and I think I've said it a couple of times, I don't care, I'll keep saying it, the businesses who fail to innovate right now, fail to do things a little bit differently, fail to take the advice of people that even if it sounds wild, I've had people tell me wild marketing strategies that I would go, I don't think that would work. But it does. It really does. You have to take advice from people who want to help you transition through this time. And so this is a really good time to work with a marketing specialist if you're not already.
Yeah, and take advantage of, there's so many like state, local, government entities, the economic partnerships,
Yes.
and the chambers that are offering, tell us that you're open, we'll post your link, we'll help you promote your business. So take
Absolutely.
advantage of that, put your name out everywhere.
This
I'm
is a good
open,
time to do that. Yes.
this
Tell
is my
people.
capacity, here's how I can serve you, and make it clear, make it clear.
Absolutely. I agree. Tell people you're alive and well. We want to know
Yeah.
that you're there, folks. This has been Friday's Flavor with Jolene and Miss Karen Paul from Elida Creative. Check her out on Facebook. Her website's right below, right there. You'll be able to see it. Check her out. Give her a call. What's your phone number, Karen?
518-554-0880.
It's been a pleasure to be with you, darling. I pray
Nice to be with you,
many
Joe.
big blessings on your business. I love
Thank
what you're
you.
doing, and you keep doing it, gal. All right?
Thanks so much.
All
Have a
right,
great
everybody.
day.
Have a great weekend.